And she's just going to show me some of her latest work. Shall I come over?
You're asking about a course. These were what they made on Saturday. And I've just framed them for them, so hopefully everybody will be happy with their pieces.
Oh, aren't they gorgeous?
So they come and they're all terrified because they see a piece of clear glass and a pencil. And they always leave you something that they're very happy with in the end.
They're so lovely.
One with a little dragonfly.
Oh, they're so lovely. I think I'm going to come and do one of your courses.
There you go.
I think I can progress now from a coaster.
So this is the fused glass art, and as I said, they're doing at the moment in frames because I've got some frames, but I think the next lot I'm going to do, I'm going to have them as little hangings. So, did I do it? Yeah. So this is the next one I plan on doing, the little hangings.
They're so sweet. They're really nice, aren't they? They just look so colourful and cheerful.
Yeah, so they were all beginners. They came on Saturday. I talked them through all the materials, everything, how we use it, why we use it. And then they look terrified for a little bit. And then once they start touching the glass and really getting into it, they're off in their own little world. So they did that, and they always say I leave so happy and zen-like when I'm leaving. I come all stressed and then I'm all relaxed when I leave. And then to add happiness to that whole event, then they go over and they've been having afternoon tea after this class, so that makes them very happy. So yeah, generally this is one of my afternoon ones, so you can do this in an afternoon.
So how many hours is that, like 2 hours, 3 hours?
Yeah, this one they came at, I think this one, they started at 1 o'clock and they were finished for 3 o'clock, and then they were over there for their afternoon tea. So it was generally it can be quite a fast class. But of course, then they don't see the other bit that goes on, where it goes into my kiln, which is that
she'll
one in
turn
the
around.
corner.
And that's all your glass powder in those little pots.
Yeah,
I remember.
All the glass there, which is actually quite safe to touch as well. So that's what I use, and it's called frit. That's all glass.
Look like little diamonds.
Yeah, and it's all in different colours, and you can get different textures and techniques and things with it.
I remember on my little tile that I made, I put some sparkly stuff as well. That was really nice. Oh, that's lovely.
Really popular, which is the lantern class. So I was just going to do that for last summer as a little special, but everyone went a bit nuts for it really. So I've already got pretty much fully booked for that class. I'm going to add some more dates, I think. But yeah, I've just carried it on this summer because everyone liked it. And it all goes in this kiln here that I call Jeff. This is Jeff. And without this I couldn't do any of my work really. It's brilliant and it's British made. I just love it. It's a company called Kiln Care, and the guy Lee who I contact there is brilliant. It's just, I think it's one of the best businesses I've ever dealt with. They're so good, and I can ring them day or night if I've got a problem and they're there straight away. So it just goes to show, you know, if you can stick with British builds, then you're quite safe really.
Yeah, that's really good to know. I'll have a little close up on their information. Kiln Care.
All day, every day this kiln's been on. I think I've had it nearly 6 years. And it just never puts a foot wrong. It's brilliant.
And why is it called Jeff?
That's his name.
Well, he has got a lovely little face. I can see his little face.
There's a little one which you can't see that is in that far corner. I use that for my bead making. It's got a little door and I put my beads in. But that one's called Val, you see, and because of Val Kilner. You see, see what I did there? So that's Val, and then Jeff here is hard working. And there used to be a guy when I was a kid who lived just up the road. He was called Jeff, and he was retired, but he never stopped working. So
oh, lovely. It's in memory of Jeff.
Memory of Jeff.
I'm just going to look at some of this lovely stuff that you found in skips. Is this your workstation?
No, this is where Sarah works. Sarah makes a lot of our lamps and mirrors and things. And then those ones, actually, I think nearly all of them.
Look at that one. I love that. Oh, that's just so lovely. I'm getting some funny little ripples on my...
Yeah, it's the lighting. The strip light behind there, it doesn't like that.
Sorry.
You'd be alright with the shots of the window. That would be okay, because the light's coming through there. I'll probably move all that so you can see it.
Go around the other side. And so you've got Sarah, did you say? Is she one of your students at the minute?
No, Sarah works for us. She does all the lamps and the mirrors. She actually started work with Val years ago. She started her apprenticeship here. And she went off and had her children, and then when me and Becky started here, within a couple of years we found that she was quite up for coming back to stained glass, so that's how she ended up working here again. She'd not stopped it completely, she's been doing it 30 years. She went off and taught it at colleges and things, and then when she came back and she does, well, most of the lamps and mirrors that you see in our showroom, Sarah made them.
Okay.
We try and make as much as we can here, but at the end of the day, you can count, there's only me and Sarah, so that's 2 people.
You're doing amazing. I mean,
I do as much fused glass pieces as I can. They're usually one-off art pieces for over in the showroom. All mine are one-offs, just come out of my head. I make them, fire them, and then I move on to something else. Whereas Sarah, she'll take orders for the lamp, she'll do them in all different colours. Whereas me, if you see it and you love it, you best get it, because it'll be the only one there is.
yeah, they are gorgeous, and you seem to be quite spiritual to me. Would you think you're quite a spiritual person? Because some of the things you say makes me think that you.
I think I am. Well, what most people don't know is my mum is quite ill. She got diagnosed with Alzheimer's when she was pretty much my age, and they said, because she's young, it won't last very long, maybe 6 years at the most. Well, it's been nearly 2 decades, and she's still with us. But the roller coaster of emotions that takes you through, and you're grieving, and then you're happy, then you're sad, and it's constant for 2 decades. I think this keeps you sane. You're working with glass, you're working with people. Sometimes it's like a little therapy session in here. We've got people crying, people hugging, we make friends for life. It's kind of like, yeah, it's good for your soul.
You're making me cry now.
So yeah, I think I am.
Sorry.
I try not to be, but it's hard not to be when you're in that situation, and when you see that not everybody's having an easy life. People have got difficult things, and they come in here, they share them sometimes, or I'll open up and they'll open up, and they'll feel so much better. It's like a little session when they're in here. Then they leave. What I do find is they come back. They come back a lot, because it made them feel good. So why not? And we talk less and less. There's no need to. If you get regulars, you know each other, and sometimes you don't need to. You just want to make art and make it fun.
Make it in time to switch off. That's why I came back, because I really loved it when I came.
It's good for your soul.
Yeah, well, I really loved all of you working here as well. Yeah. It was just like a really nice environment. So yeah,
it's a nice environment. It is good for your soul, definitely. And I'm a great believer. I always tell people this on a course: if you don't do something creative, please try and do it, even if it's once a month or something. I just think it's good for you.
Me too.
And people say to me, like my son came the other week and he said, "Who was that man?" I said, "Oh, that was my youngest," and they all laughed. They go, "Don't be ridiculous, that's not your son." I said, "It is." They're like, "Well, you look very young." And I said, "Well, it's probably my lifestyle to make art, and yeah, keeps you happy, I suppose." Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's good for yourself, isn't it? Oh, these ones.
This is Emma's latest one. I mean, this is just amazing.
Yeah, this is my latest piece. I'm working on it. I want it to feel more 3D, I suppose.
It's so beautiful.
And it's been fired, I think this is the 3rd time now. I think it might need another 2. But my next step is what I was telling you about. I'm going to try and add more stained glass elements to it. Just highlights along here and in the grass, and sort of put the black line on and start scratching it off and kind of making it look more 3D. And then my very last firing, I'm going to incorporate real gold. So I'm going to actually use liquid gold just to highlight a few bits where the sun would hit it, and fire that on as well. So I've got some 24 carat liquid gold waiting to go on
I bet
there.
you can't wait to get your hands on that.
And it looks rubbish when you use it. It's just the faintest of brown line, but then it fires. When you bring it out, it's so blingy and shiny. So
it's liquid.
It is.
It's just so lovely. I mean, there's loads of details in it. I mean, you can... It's just absolutely gorgeous. My mum's got one on her wall, and it's some silver birch trees, and I think it's a winter scene.
Did you get it from me?
Yeah.
Was it the black and white one?
Yep.
That's one of my first ones, I think.
Yeah, I know, and I'm looking at how much you've come along since.
I think it is. In fact, I remember it so vividly because it popped up on my Facebook newsfeed recently on my Instagram post, and I was saying this to Mama, this is something I'm trying to develop, and clearly 5 years later, I'm still trying to.
Yeah, it's. I mean, well, yeah, I mean,
and it's coming on.
you've definitely. I mean, I don't mean to say what you were doing before wasn't beautiful, but you've definitely. I mean, there's loads more depth and layers to it, and you've got different. You've explored with loads more different colours, and your colours look more subtle. Like you've improved on your colour mixing.
Yeah, I'm trying to, and a lot of this actually. I'm not including in the firing, but a lot of these pieces down here I've pre-fired already and then added them to the piece.
Oh my gosh, so it's like a layer.
All of
wow,
this down here, this that looks kind of speckly and like grass, that was actually fired in the kiln first, before any of this was fired, and I've used it like we call them wafers, and I've put them over the top. But the black and white piece that your mum has, at the time I was delighted with it because it was one of the first bigger pieces I'd used. It was one of the first pieces that went in Jeff the Kiln, and it was also one of the first pieces I put in more than twice in the kiln. I was really scared about that because I'm self-taught. I was a bit like, but I've developed on since then, and now I never once do I question myself. I chuck it in the kiln, quickly reprogram it, and wander off and things.
So it's like second nature now, and you can just concentrate on your actual creativity.
So if there's a course being on, I can run back in panicking that I haven't set it properly to the right number because I've worked on something else before. Thankfully that's never happened. I always double check myself.
So you've never gone home and left anything overnight and forgotten that you've left the oven on then?
No, it turns off itself.
Oh, that's good.
Animated. It's called computer program. So I program the kiln to do exactly what I want, and it does exactly what I want. It's never overfired or anything. It's genius. And so no, it doesn't go wrong. And because it's quite a modern kiln, if anything was to go wrong, it would know and cut off completely. So I've got that safety aspect as well. But certainly it is a case of just keep learning. And as I say, I've developed again since that other piece, and I do try and do it. You know, I try and work on. I don't want to get stuck. You know, I keep trying to work on new things. Some are a bit scarier than others. You know, if it's a really thick piece, I get a bit scared it's all going to go wrong. But thankfully, touch wood, that's not happened yet.
So these are what you used to make.
They're what I used to
Emma
make.
Green, the critter queen.
Yeah, I used to get mail named that.
It's so funny. Look at that little blue man. Oh, he's so cute. He's like a little alien.
So yeah, that's kind of what I was known for. Anything crittery, kind of a dragon, or there I've done an alien. This one I particularly like because I've managed to get a tiny little butterfly in that one as well. And it is all about.
It's so sweet.
Just trying to him there. That was 2 penguins and and they are beads. They've got holes in. They are made for going on necklaces. So that's what I did before I came back when Val retired. So I used to make them. Loved making marbles. They're one of my favourite things to do.
Oh
so
wow! Look at that! Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Look at that! Unbelievable! Wow.
So that's lampworking really. A bit like we were saying about blown glass, but it's solid and you just use glass rods that I got from Italy and just melt them in a flame.
Look at this one. Oh my gosh, it's like a little universe. Oh Emma, that's lovely.
And then you can see exactly why I keep trying to get more and more detail in my bigger pieces, because I could do it in my smaller stuff. So that's really what I want. I like the details in them really.
It's very fine work.